Hello, you're listening to Who Agrees with me, Paul Black.
And me, Kendra McPherson.
And as always, a massive thank you to our wonderful sponsor, Iola.
Yep, I was actually admiring your specs earlier and I thought they're a very lovely colour.
Do you think?
Yep, they're very aquatic.
Aquatic?
Mm-hmm.
Aquatic and shiny.
Yes, very shiny. They've got a lovely newness, like a little gleam to them.
Thank you very much. Aquatic and shiny, and they don't break the bank. So this week on the podcast, we have our first ever in-studio guest here at Who Agrees Heights. I put up an Instagram story asking you guys to guess who you think it might be. There was a lot of random ones. We had quite a lot of people guessing Subo. We had even more people guessing Nicola Sturgeon. Neither of these are correct. We also did have somebody, this one's a bit left field, they suggested that the guest could be the fruit fly from Kendra's kitchen.
Someone so much better than the fruit fly of my kitchen. And it wasn't just one fruit fly, it was many fruit flies. But someone far superior to a fly, Sadie Queen! Woo!
Sadly, we don't have a fruit fly as a guest, but if you haven't worked out by, I don't know, our Instagram post or the title of this episode or the familiar tones that you're hearing out of the mic, our guest, it's not Subo, but it is indeed the People's Princess, the only queen that I've ever cared about, the one and only Sadie Queen. Woo!
Sadie Queen.
Yeah, we'll do a good chant. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
This is so fun.
I know.
I'm
so
having a rare time.
I know. See, the problem is we were talking so much before we started recording. We had to keep going. No, we can't keep talking here. We need to save it. We can't save it.
We
for the
were all
pod.
very chatty. I think we've all got a lot to
Aye.
say, so this should be a
Good.
bumpy ride, but a good one.
And I think I'm so excited to have you on, man, because I'm a big fan.
Thank you. I'm a big fan.
We're friends.
Also.
We're friends.
We've hung about
We've hung
once.
about. Aye. We're really
Your auntie
close.
had to take me home.
Listen, it was
so
actually my cousin
funny.
Gemma, and she'll be delighted
All
with
right,
that.
okay,
Aye,
shout
but my
out.
auntie would have tried. She was there as well.
I must have been calling your
I
auntie
was
all the
thinking
way.
that with my. I know she's probably fine. I was like, "Did you go all the way to drop her off? That's nowhere near your house." She was probably like,
I'm very grateful.
"Oh, it was on the way."
Was
Very
that
right.
when you were at Paul's show?
Yes.
I missed you there, but I heard a lot of chat at the after party. There was
Yeah.
whispers of you being there, and I was like, well, I haven't seen her. I felt like we must have been ships passing
Oh,
in the
no.
night.
Well, that night.
Thank God you never
Aye.
seen me.
No,
Thank
you
God
are
you never
fine.
seen me.
Aye.
Thanks.
I think what it was best for everybody. No, so you came to see my show at the Armadillo, and then we
Brilliant, by the
came.
way.
Thank you very much. We came up afterwards to Radisson Red to have a wee party, and I was so excited to actually meet you. And so were our pals.
That was your first meeting.
That was
Yeah.
our first meeting.
I brought you a
And
gift.
aye, Sadie kindly brought me a lovely gift,
That's
which
so
was
thoughtful.
well. Well, tell us what the gift
It
was.
was a Tupperware dish.
That's
Dish.
so
No,
thoughtful.
a dish. It was a Tupperware.
I've actually, that's so funny. I've been gifted
It
that
was the soup
before.
comment.
Exactly.
And I
so
love that as a gift.
well, actually, so you got me some Tupperware because we on the podcast a wee while
Yeah.
ago we put a clip talking about me and Kendra arguing over how about making soup. I hate making soup. I think it's a waste of time.
Like, not usually a divisive topic, but Paul will make it one.
Well, listen, and then you obviously big maker of soup there here. The biggest maker of soup in Scotland. You weighed in and you were like, I feel personally attacked by this. And then you
So many
kindly
people
brought
did,
me
you
some
weren't alone.
Tupperware from my soup.
including me. I like that you took
Actually, maybe
agency
put
over
soup
that.
in it.
Aye, but imagine going into the Armadillo with soup in
And
your
explaining that in the queue for
And
security.
getting stopped. Like, can't take that in there.
You're like, please,
What's
please.
that? Leeks and carrots.
So, can you remember what your very first TikTok was that you posted?
My very first speaking TikTok, I had come home for night shift and John had been in his jammies and they were back to front and buttoned up the wrong way, and it was just I kind of made a quip about that, but I didn't know that hashtagging was relevant. So obviously that can get your videos boosted and stuff like that. But then I done that, and then I just kind of started thinking, I seen other people doing stuff, and I thought, I could maybe do that.
How long ago was that?
This makes me feel about 3 years ago.
Right, but that's actually not-
But it's took a wee while to get up to
Uh-huh.
where I'm at, but I'm proud of it because I've
Yeah.
done well.
Oh, you
I'd
should
like
be.
to think.
So do you think you see when you did that, were you kind of setting out with that?
No.
Like, no, but I think that's
I
nice
didn't
though, because
think like it would ever. I mean, then people were like coming up to me and saying, "Oh, I seen you on TikTok."
it's just natural then that it's what you would have captured or been doing
Aye,
anyway.
like,
uh-huh.
Aye.
It was
And
a lot of charity shop stuff and then dinners and things like that, and then it just started.
So wasn't he lockdown then? I just assumed
I think
it
it
was
was.
lockdown. Well, that was
Yeah, that would have been that
fancy,
weird
Oh,
time
right,
of
no,
lockdown
then.
though.
No.
When everybody was doing the same dances
Aye,
and that,
aye.
I know it wasn't
That's
that.
that's when I started using TikTok.
That's when I
for a lot
started
of
watching
people.
it, I would
Aye,
say.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
And then you, I guess, never had any idea it would lead to what it led to.
No,
no?
like I actually can't remember the year. No, I'm not sure, but
So do you think it was like a kind of like slow increase, or did you have like one particular video you put up or whatever that was a pure boom? Or is there
no,
anything-
like I think it was a slow increase. Like I think it was better at the start. Like I would follow people back that started following me and stuff like that, and then eventually, as I started kind of growing more followers, I thought right, and then using the right hashtags and getting opportunities. That's kind of where it started stemming from. I would say, aye.
And
That's pretty much it.
I think, see with you, what I think a lot of people love watching in your content, or people that just love watching you, is because it's so like genuinely real, and it's no. I think right now there's quite a
it's
lot.
just it's your day to
It's your
day,
day, and it's relatable, because I think there's so much, you know, that you watch now, and it seems like, especially in the last year, even or 2 years, everybody's making videos online. Like, like everybody's doing it. And almost if you're a business, if you're MD, you have to be doing it pretty much.
So,
like you can't. And I think that you like the reason it feels a bit oversaturated, and you're going, oh my god, there's another person doing the exact same thing. But with you, I think the reason that it resonates with so many people is because it genuinely is authentic. Like it is a real person.
Thanks
and it's
very
no,
much.
it's no. That's what I enjoy about it. And I just always thought, like, even it's that thing, and I'm sure people say to you, they feel that they know you.
Aye,
And,
all the time.
and I mean, they do, because they know a lot about you.
Aye,
But
well, that's true.
and I think that's what really connects with people. And so I guess you've had people approaching you.
A lot of the time, like, and that sounds quite boy-headed, but it's no, it's just everybody is genuinely lovely. People genuinely say, like, I feel as if I know you, you're dead relatable, you're true, and I would like to think that I've stayed the same person as what I did all that time. I've never really changed, it's just my personality.
But that's obviously what appeals to people though, is that you're not like, it's not a facade, you're not doing anything that you wouldn't normally be doing, you're just being yourself and filming it, and people like that and engage with it and
I would
relate
like to
to it.
think so.
I know that word relatable feels so buzzwordy, but it's so true. Like, you
No,
are genuinely just so relatable.
I think it's a good word to describe it as such. And I don't. There's no airs and graces, and I still swear and X, Y, and Z. Like I like to have a good time. Like I like to go out with my pals, and I'm not going to change that. Just because, obviously, I'm quite a serious person and all, and I'm a mum. Like it's just
because you've got a lot of irons in the fire. Are you not knackered?
I find it hard to sleep sometimes.
Do you
at night.
feel like properly? Because see, like when I watch your stuff, I just think, or even like being around you and stuff, like you have so much energy. Do you know what I mean? Like that really comes off you, and you're always so busy and you're doing stuff. Do you feel like I'm kind of frazzled? This is quite a lot to undertake.
Sometimes I get tired. Like I'll go
It's
for a
even just
bath.
being a mum
and
by itself.
that's
by
like
that.
I've got a good husband.
That's nice.
Really good husband.
Husband drop.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
No, definitely. Like I'm really lucky, and we've got a good partnership. We've got a good family, and we're dead happy. Like, and we have our ups and downs. Do you know what I mean? Like, and things aren't perfect, but that's life. So.
Yeah.
But I thought that's what the first time actually I made a TikTok. No, I think I posted an Instagram story talking about you, and I didn't know you at this point. But I knew I'd said something like, I can't remember why I brought you up, but I said something about like, I just don't know how you date. I'm like, you've got the ways, you've got your work, you're doing TikToks every day, multiple ones a day. And then you got a dog, and I was like, "Come on, how is she doing it?"
Lot of
Genuinely
praise.
amazing, because I can't date eating, and I've not even got like one.
It's being a woman.
No, don't get me
It's being a
wrong.
woman. Honestly,
Underneath
women
the
just have it
surface.
innate. There's something I think that probably like just kicks you off when you get to a certain point of your life as a woman. I've not got to that point yet, but when you're like, I'm a mother, so what can't I do? That's the impression that I get for people. Not obviously everyone, but I do think that you just kick into focus and you know what you're up to.
I do, like obviously underneath the cracks I have days like I'm dead down and I'll hide the parts, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to go on the internet and tell everybody how shit I feel, because then they'll prey on that, do you know what I mean? So like it's not all false, like I do have bad days and I do have down days, and there's days like I can't bring myself to go on TikTok.
That's so fair.
So
But
like I
it's
was in
hard 'cause it's
Ibiza there, I was like,
No, but
I'm
why?
on holiday.
Like, you can't be like. I think it's a hard one, isn't it? Because I feel like people will probably expect so much from you because you show so many elements of your life. Folk will probably feel a bit not entitled in like a bad way, but they want to know what you're doing, and that might maybe make you feel like, fuck, if I'm doing this would be really good for folk to be part of. But you need your own. Like, what would you say is your ideal day if you weren't TikToking or you weren't showing it off? Like, what would you do just for you?
we do something as a family. Like we go eat out a lot. We like to do things together. So with the 5 years going somewhere either nice to eat, doing something with the wains to keep them entertained, having a few wines, and going back home and chatting out. Like, and we like to go big walks at night with the dog and stuff
Steps
like that.
in.
So I got my steps in.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're just normal. We're
We
just
need
a
to talk
normal
about the
family.
dog, Peggy. Peggy?
Peggy.
Peggy is her name.
Aw.
Do you know why? I really like that name because it's my granny's name, right?
Right.
And when we got our dog, you can see our deed portrait.
Aw.
Well, that's not
Yeah,
alive.
she was alive
I
then.
did portrait. Is that her in the casket?
Oh, I wish.
I
Why
wish
would
we,
I wish?
No, you would. See if we had that. Kendra's when our dog Dorinda died, Kendra did think about getting her stuffed, and we had to have an
Yeah.
intervention.
like taxidermy.
Yes,
Aye.
absolutely. I was looking it up
She
and
could have been
everything.
sitting where you're
She
sitting.
would have been right. And I don't know if you know about our dynamic. We're obviously not romantically involved.
No, I'm well aware.
They're old flatmates.
Bizarrely, we did elect to share a dog together. So that was
Right.
a period of our lives, and it was a very colourful one.
Well,
But
I
you'll-
wanted to call her Peggy, and my
Right.
granny was affronted by the idea of me calling a dog, especially one that was. I mean, she's beautiful.
Yeah, but
to us.
specific looking.
Yeah, unique. We'll call her unique
Yeah,
looking.
yeah.
Aye,
And
she
how
was
did she have a funny
offended.
tooth or
Uh,
something?
Well, that was the least of our
Can you
problems.
see her tooth in that picture? She's got.
That was the
Snaggle
least.
She's got that, but there's a few other things
Yeah,
going
the
on.
least
aye.
of our
Oh,
problems.
there was.
Your dog is really traditionally good looking, though.
She's an absolute bitch.
Well,
I just
cheers.
think she is, but no, she takes a line of me. I'm not the master.
How old is she?
She's 2 in October
So
the
still a
13th.
lot of
Wow.
energy.
Very much so.
Oh,
I've
aye.
seen her jump and I got a fright.
Did you miss her
She
when you
can
were
get really
away?
high.
I know, like I had to get an update.
No, it's a lot of
Aye,
responsibility.
I had to like the Wayne's really like the Waynes are all cuddly buddy. Like I know she knows where our bread and butter is with me, but John's our master. Like he
Aye.
he
Oh,
just
really?
needs to, aye, he just needs to say something and she
Would
does
you
what
not
she
have
tells.
Neither of us were. our
No,
dogs
no.
master.
I'm
No,
not.
not at all.
I let her up in beside
I'm not
us
the
and all that.
disciplinarian in that
That was a
situation at all.
problem
And
for
I
us.
said that to you unapologetically. I said, I won't do any of the discipline, and it's not like you're not
Doesn't come
naturally a
naturally to me.
disciplinarian
No.
either, but you were more firmer than I
I was less. The dogs no coming in my bed. and
Oh,
then
I had it in
They're
sometimes-
my
not
bed.
bad. They're
No.
just dogs.
And
They're
I
just,
actually
you know
felt
what I mean?
really lonely when Paul
Aw.
forcibly removed her because I went home.
Whoa! I didn't forcibly
Not
remove
in the
it.
night, not while she was
I
in
just
my
meant we
bed.
need to get some boundaries
So
going
I
on
went
here.
home for Christmas.
That makes it sound like we were in the same bed. That's why we needed boundaries.
Post-sleeping review. No, I went home for Christmas, and that was genuinely the only time that I feel like, Paul, you could have cracked her because I wasn't physically there. But then she
As
started
in
taking
cracked
my
her
shoe.
routine
I-
again.
Yeah, no. Physical violence against them.
You're really making me sound bad.
Actually, I didn't mean that. But she was able then to, like, which was better for me as well, because that's a bit far. As a young
Aye.
single woman, to have a geriatric dog in your bed every night isn't.
Aye.
I'm
You
not looking
don't
out for the future
A
me.
repellent.
Aye.
But Paul managed
She
to get
was.
her to sleep. She was.
Aye.
To sleep in the basket in between our rooms, which was dead nice.
Aye.
Oh,
she
in
was-
the hallway.
Aye.
Yeah, I know.
Right,
I know.
well,
I know.
moving on because you're framing me bad when I'm the only one trying to make a difference in that dog's life. So you're
Oh.
obviously away for your dog because we've got to talk about it. The wedding.
Yes.
Also, I think I'm including myself in this more than anybody. I think a lot of people were almost acting like you were the first person to get married in the world.
Pressure.
It was, but so many people are so exciting. I
I
think
know.
it goes to show
amazing.
because people follow you and they see you as someone they know and they enjoy following your life. That's a big part of anybody's
Aye.
life, you know. And for somebody that they're so invested in, we were all excited. Like I
It
was
looked
excited.
so beautiful.
It was amazing. Like,
It looked
was
class, and I
out
loved
this-
your hair.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I loved your hair. I loved. Did you have like a kind of low? It was like a
No,
low.
it was like a
bun-
low slick
slick
back.
back.
I wanted.
Yes,
I just,
that would be my
Aye.
go-to.
that's just kind of like the dress that I'd bought. The model, when I googled it, the person that sells the dress, whatever, the model had her hair that way, and I thought, I think that's what I want.
it
in my
looked
veil.
great.
And I was happy with everything. The venue was absolutely out this world. Like the sky, like the sunset, it was just picturesque. Like it was absolutely beautiful. I'm just devastated it's all air. Like,
Oh really?
Aye.
it's a huge build up. But the most amazing part was that we had 80 people come out for Scotland.
That's amazing.
Aye, for our wedding.
80
60
people.
60 as we're in the van hotel.
Oh, that's so fun.
No, it was
That
amazing.
would be a
like
class.
Everywhere you turned, like, it was a friend or family member, and there was
Uh-huh.
somebody sitting in a scoop with.
That's so
it was
nice.
just in the Wains. There was hundreds of Wains, and it was amazing.
That's because
Absolutely
that
amazing.
actually the concept of all our pals being that and family being in the one place
Aye.
terrifies
That
me.
sounds a bit
I
hectic.
can't imagine. I would be like pure paranoid. I'm like, you're not going to make it to the wedding. You're going to be too
I
hungover.
was a bit concerned for some of my pals.
How long did you go out for before
So
the
we
actual
were-
ceremony?
We were there on the Saturday and we get married on the Tuesday.
Oh,
and
fuck,
a lot,
I'd be
a
deep
lot of
by
our pals
then.
were a lot of our
Sunstroke
pals were on
and booze.
Ibiza rocks and things
Oh,
like that. So
right,
I,
They had a
they were in a good
fun time.
thing, aye.
Oh, it's mad though because the idea, because it is a holiday as well, so it's like
was.
you slip into that. But honestly, I think it just seems like the ideal way to
It
do it.
looked so good.
To be honest, I wasn't sold on it to begin with. Like we had booked, and where we used to, like you go to the chapel and everybody goes to the parkville. That's like the
Aye.
big wedding thing in Blantyre, and that's what we had originally booked up for. And then my dad had passed, and I was just like, that's not the same. And we'd
Aye.
put it off for years, and I was like, I don't know what I want to do. And John was really sold, and I just thought, okay, like let's just
But
go
you
and
know
let's
what?
make
That's
it Ibiza.
actually such
Aye.
a good point, though, because if it's not what you originally envisaged, then why not just totally flip it and do
Aye.
something
Aye,
so
just-
different, and then
aye.
it's really celebratory. Do
And
you know
then-
what I mean? It might feel a bit
Oh no,
like
no,
close
it
to
was
home.
amazing, and like the fact that, excuse me, just the outturn and everybody that was like, aye, we're up for it, and I was like, yes, this
How
is
long
good.
were you
Because wouldn't-
planning
I
it
wouldn't
for?
expect people to say
I was
aye.
80.
I was a bit, just over a year. It wasn't. It really flew in. Like I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Like
because
I'm
some folks spend so
people, like,
long.
particularly our napkins, and I mean, there's no harm in that. I was like, let's just go with the flow and
Yeah.
get married and make sure everything's
It
alright.
looked carefully planned. It didn't look
Well,
like
they done a lot of the planning in the
Yeah.
venue. I mean,
You're like, people
we
do all
turned
this planning, you're like,
I know it was amazing. It was amazing. It was just dead. Like it's a massive come down. Like you're
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
excitement. Plus, we had a full weekend holiday with our friends and family. So just
Yeah, even that by
alone
itself,
would be like a
uh-huh.
massive thing.
as people sort of like as people's week was up and that, and it kind of got a closer knit group and stuff like that. Just the closeness of everybody, and there was like 20s every night going out in the bus together, going to like
That's so
Cafe Mambo,
fun.
and it was amazing. It was
So
amazing.
did you stay on after as part? Is that like your honeymoon, or are you planning on going anywhere else?
No, we're going to do stuff. Definitely. We've no
Keep
opened
the
any-
good vibes going. Why would you
Aye.
not?
We've not opened any cards. I can't bring myself to
Oh,
do it.
really?
No,
Why?
I just.
I would have opened them there and then.
I know. I just
Like, what have
think.
you got?
No, I've went and we're got a graze board and we're going to open wine and wine.
Oh,
John will have bought a tonic.
keep
took me food.
making.
That's
no,
still
but
wine.
that's
still
such
wine.
a good idea. Like keep making wee
Aye.
celebrations
Aye,
out of
so-
all those little things because you can keep it going
We'll
that
do
way.
that and open everything in that and that because I'll probably do. I'm quite emotional person,
Aye.
quite
Yeah.
sensitive. So we're going to do that on Sunday. It's been a whirlwind since we came home. Like we had. We were eating out and then we had a big party on Saturday night and then it's just trying to get back into normal life.
Like
Aye.
routine.
He was away back to work on Monday and honestly, like, so it's just,
Aye,
You
no,
got-
that makes sense because I mean, I even like if I go on holiday, I have like you have a come to just for a holiday, like in that way you're like, oh,
Absolutely.
never mind the holiday being also one of the biggest like parts of
Aye.
your life, you know.
it was
So-
Do you
amazing.
feel differently like now that you're like an actual wife?
We're dead lovey-dovey, I don't know what's
Really?
going on.
Well, that makes
Yeah, like,
sense.
is it
They get married.
But it is though, because it is like obviously nothing has actually changed in your like relationship,
no.
like
We're
you know
wearing
day to day.
rings.
Aye.
Aye, but it is. I feel like the energy change might be a bit wow.
No, it's been, it's,
In a
well, we
good
were
way,
in a room with
frisky.
3 wains, so okay, to make it work, but I no, like we definitely like can. I know it's lovely. It's
Do you
really
know,
lovely.
were you, like I'm assuming I obviously because most people would, and just said you're an emotional person, but were you greeting a lot on the day? Were you crying?
I actually wasn't. I think it was mere nerves.
you're
I was,
heartless.
I know,
Kidding on,
swinging
kidding.
brick in there. No, like I had a wee greeting that like to myself. Like I
Aye.
wasn't wanting to
Yeah.
because when I met my brother at the stairs and stuff like that, I was like, "Ugh," and I was like, couldn't he? And he was like, please don't you make me great. Which
Aye.
for my brother to say, I was like, fuck.
Aye.
So we were trying to keep each other all right, but
I would
I
be
love the
crying.
emotional element of it all. I
Aye.
Do you
think
know what?
it's so
quite
nice.
intense in like a really nice way. Like I think,
Yeah.
and it's like I remember my sister get married. Right, I never thought I would ever be
Mm-hmm.
emotional with that. I just play it's what it is. And then I remember she come down the aisle, and then like my cousin was playing the guitar, and it's because everyone's silent while that's happening. And there's
Everyone's
music,
taking it in,
and
and
I
it's
just
your big
burst out
moment.
greeting. I couldn't
see?
believe it, and I was like, oh, so I would have
know where
been
it
greeting
came
at your
from?
wedding.
well,
Absolutely.
I get told after it, like oh, aye, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, and like for all the hard man in Fairhill, they were all like, that and greeting.
Do you know what the best bit is? So a guy desperately trying not to greet. And I'm like, just greet, just do it. Just let it
go.
happen. There's up your contorting your face and all that. Let it happen. If you're going to cry, cry.
I'm actually desperate to go to a wedding. Famously, I've not been
Oh.
since I was like, I think the last wedding I went to, I was like a literal child, like
What?
I was 11 or
That's the
something.
problem.
It's
We
the
don't have
best
enough.
shindig. I'm not
Well,
just
we've got
weddings
our,
in
one
general.
of our really good friends is
Aye.
getting married next year, and she's the first person in our friend group
Wow.
to get
Aye.
married. And every day I think about it
Oh.
because
And
I'm
you're doing a
so,
speech
I'm
at
doing
it?
a speech.
Wow.
I'm really excited, but I'm more just like, this is going to be so fun. Everyone together.
You'll be fine with a speech. You're good at
Aye.
this. So.
I'm getting excited about
Good.
it. I am.
No, I'm really looking forward to that because I feel like, see, the problem is we don't have enough straight pals. So
Yeah.
there's not enough weddings happening.
Where is she getting married?
She's getting married at Bad.
Barras
Oh,
happened
yeah,
today.
that's
Bananas,
brilliant.
She's having like the whole she'll love this chat.
Aye.
She's having like
Oh.
the whole thing in there. So
Amazing.
September
That's
weekend
nice.
next year. So
I'm
we'll
just
swing
so
on
excited
by
for
the
you.
resident
By
bride
the
to
way,
join
we'll
the new
absolutely
bride.
fly.
You
Ian.
can do now, see, because you're the first person ever to get married, you can go around all the different ones and go, I approve, I
Yeah,
approve, Sadie
definitely,
approved, Sadie
aye.
approved. It's interesting as well, that we were saying before we spoke about how, like, we all call you Sadie, but
Aye.
your name's Sarah.
So my name's Sarah.
Aye. And you'll answer
Doesn't
either.
bother me. Doesn't
Aye.
bother me. I've answered to worse, but basically one of my pals, Chucky, a couple of years ago started calling me Sadie, but he spelled it S-A-I-D as in said, with a Y in the end, right?
All right.
All right, no, the sharp.
Aye.
But it stuck. And Sadie is a kind of, is it a derivative? It comes from
Well,
Aye, it
Sarah.
does, aye.
so-
I love that
Sadie
name.
has been on my baby names list
Oh,
forever. Like
lovely.
I love the name Sadie so much. I think it's just so
The
classic.
fact that everybody's going like that. This is obviously
just
what
think-
I'm thinking. I was going to say it's on my dog name list, but
My pal just envisions
that's what
me
you
sitting
think.
with my fang.
You know my,
Sadie.
an old
my
woman.
dog and child's name list. They're
Aye,
one
they're
of the same.
interchangeable.
They're
They could be,
interchangeable.
it could be a beautiful baby, a beautiful dog.
So I said it just stuck, and then obviously when I started TikTok, I don't know why my reasoning, because obviously it's your face that you see, but Sadie was like a nickname, and Queen is my married name, but at the time it was going to be, and I just thought Sadie Queen.
That's
I don't know. I
nice.
don't know.
But see, for a
An
while,
alias?
I didn't know. I was like, is it like, is your name Sarah something else? And you're just like, I'm a queen. So
No,
Really?
that is like I think some people thought that. I was like, I don't
They
think
probably
that way
still do, so we're
myself.
setting the record
it is
straight.
so
It's actually
glamorous
Mrs.
to
Queen.
Aye.
have an alias.
I know.
That is
that's
so
good.
glamorous. Like the fact that you set that out at the start,
Aye.
that was brand.
Even though it is now
conscious.
your name.
Yes,
So
my
it was
name
nice
is
to have an
Sarah Queen,
alias for
aye.
a bit.
Come
Aye.
30 years I will be Sadie, so
Aye,
Sadie
aye.
Queen.
Yeah, it's lovely.
See, with TikTok, like obviously a big part and parcel of putting stuff online is you're being vulnerable, you're putting yourself out there, which always, it's a brave thing because it opens yourself up to criticism or to comments, right?
Right.
And look, I've had it, but we all know that there's a bit, when you first get them, you're like, I'm going to argue with this person.
I know,
I'm
I
going to
know.
go back. And we all know the way to do it is to just disengage. But one that occasionally comments I see in your post that make me howl. I seen a comment on your TikTok the other day. You posted a video of your wedding and someone commented saying, this is lovely, but your wedding was nicer. And you just replied like 5 question marks. This is my wedding. What are you talking about?
Some of them I'm like, they actually, I don't know.
I know,
know
like,
what was-
what is going on?
Do you know what was so charming about that? You literally, that's not even cheeky. It's fact. And secondly, the person obviously was in such awe of you that they immediately just went, oh, it's so nice. It's lovely. Like the most backfire compliment ever, trying to tell you how nice your wedding
Oh,
was.
I've had worse. Like sometimes you're like, oh my. Sometimes you date, you're like, oh, I'm glad to retaliate, and you think, oh, I'm no worth
Do you ever
it.
Never
feel like you
worth it.
want to get into it?
Sometimes I like people like. I think people don't think that they're meaning any harm when they speak in your, like you speak in your behalf, and like
Aye.
you don't know what you're talking about. Like
Aye.
I let yous know what I want yous to know. Like the rest yous can guess, but it is very. Some it's no nice, but you just rise
Yeah.
above it, didn't
And
you?
it's
And block
tough
them.
because, block and move on.
Aye.
It's
Move
always
on.
the thing that should be in your head. Block and move on.
Because it is wild. Because we've discussed stuff like that before. It's like it is crazy, and I know this is such a lukewarm take, but like. If nobody, like very rarely would someone come up to you on the street or in
Aye.
conversation with someone that you've just met and they would say something so unkind.
That's
So it is
true.
kind of like, and also, would you respect or care about the opinion of someone that would go on
No,
TikTok or
exactly.
anything and write something? Because we
Exactly.
all have negative thoughts in our
Oh,
head,
big
but
time.
you don't
like,
write
I just
them
read
down.
it and I think it says more about you, pal, than
Aye.
it does
Yeah,
about
and
me.
that does sound really obvious, but it's actually like you could get totally bogged down by it because it comes at a price.
Do you know what
being
really
so exposed to people?
changed it
Does.
for in my head? Because it was like for a while, I always think it's funny, and like our pals will like keep note of the funniest, like most horrible ones and all that. And like, well, like even my brother, so he does stand up, and he posted a video, and someone just commented on his and just wrote horrible family, and I was like, what the fuck's it got to do with me? I'm not even in the video. But that's the name of his new show. So
All right.
Yeah, it's
he's changed
funny.
it to
It
that
paid
now, so
off. It
it
paid off.
But see, things like that, we keep ones that are really funny, because
Oh,
sometimes
I've
you just
had
see if you can
belters.
remove it, you
I've
go.
only ever really had one slag in my accent. That's
Sad.
not, I'm not.
They
I don't want to
take that.
open up the floodgates
No,
to more
people will,
things,
but see, when we first years ago, we put out a video, like a wee sketch we did together years and years ago, and I remember saying to her, I hope you know, like, as soon as this goes up, somebody's going to reply slagging your accent instantly. And I said as well, it'll be somebody who'll use that Lemmy thing that goes,
Yeah.
accent, man. And they did, like,
There's that
clockwork.
exact one.
That
Literally
went
look
too
like
a Lemmy.
predictable.
I
Aye,
don't
well, we
think-
did as well.
I really don't care about stuff. I really like my accent.
Yeah,
Good
so
for
that's
you.
the thing as well.
I like
you
mine
said,
as well. Like,
Yeah,
folk are like, you
exactly.
don't talk to them. I'm like, aye, I do.
know,
and
This is
like,
where I'm fake.
that's the thing as well. Is like with our accents, it's like seeing somebody like you online, right? Who you speak the way you speak, you don't change it, and it still reaches a lot of people. And we obviously, as Scottish people in general, like, no, even though we all have different accents, but Scottish people in general are constantly told that people don't understand it. Or
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
anytime you're in London, right, and you know the ones people are just like, what was that? And it's like so like,
Ignorant.
just try.
Aye, listen.
Because I always use the example of, see, Derry Girls. See if Derry Girls was
Aye.
as big as it was, right, and as many people across the world loved it. If you can understand a Derry
Aye.
accent, you can understand
That's
a
it.
Glasgow accent. It's
Definitely.
And also
and
sometimes
Scouse as well.
there's something quite charming about like listening to or hearing something that you don't understand immediately because it kind of draws you in a bit.
Aye.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
There's a girl, I don't know if I
Or if you have
the
your own
girl one
lingo.
that does the Shetland larder. She
Oh,
does.
I'm
she,
obsessed
oh my
with her.
gosh, I'm level one.
But does that not
Then
show you
can
go,
take it in.
aye, and
Uh-huh.
learn?
Here, they
Also,
hold
Aye.
on.
have you
It's
seen?
mad, that accent.
Have you seen recently? I think her name on TikTok is maybe Life of Kelly. She lives.
We're
I think she's
obsessed.
Stranraer kind of vibe.
Have you heard a Stranraer accent?
But hers
No,
is
but
quite.
I've been in the boat there.
I'll need,
It's-
right, I'll need to send you one of her TikToks
Right,
because
right.
she's quite like set up similarly to you in a way. She just kind of like talks about her life
Oh,
or
I'm
like her
intrigued now.
ways, like her day to day, like things like that. But her like I don't think she
Dead strong.
would be unaware.
I've never
It's-
heard it.
It's
My
not
life
just
ain't like
strong.
it.
It's like the most particular accent I've ever heard. I'm
Right.
fascinated
But
by
I
it.
think it's Stranraer
I'm
has an
fascinated.
Irish, because where it is the Irish
And
influence
it's
of
all
their
over the
accent.
place, but in the best possible way. Like she is
I love
like
it.
so captivating because you're just like, I've never heard anything like that before. So I think that like, see, even you have your own like your own like rephrases and
Aye.
stuff.
Which I say.
But you would just, like we kind of
Up
like,
with the birds this morning.
like, do you know what? But that's so endearing.
You, sun split in the sky.
Yeah, like that's so endearing though because it's just the way that you talk. Do you know what I
Aye.
mean? Like
Aye.
it's nice.
It's like
that-
an old woman.
Yeah,
Hence,
same,
you
I
do
do
the
same.
same.
So,
But you know, there's ones that I go, I've never heard that before. And have you ever? I wonder if you ever
Right.
seen this video. It made me laugh. A girl put up a video and it was like an impression of you,
Oh,
and it
France.
was making me howl because she just says something like, "Oh, I don't know." And then she goes, "Right, James, the same on the hoops." But I always think that up with the birds this morning. Or but there was one I learned for you and I'd never heard it. But apparently it's a common phrase about what is it? If you're starving, my throat's been slit. What is it?
I'm stomach. I think my throat's been cut.
Aye, I've never heard that. Have you heard
oh,
that?
that's good.
But I love it, and you just weave them in.
I saw
It
my
does
mum
feel-
and my
Aye.
aunties and all that.
Do you like
and-
come up to high dough?
Oh, aye, big
Yeah,
fan.
that's one of my
I'm always up to
I've
high
been saying
dough.
that since I was about 13 years old, and I'm like, what did a 13-year-old girl have to be up to high dough?
I don't know
about?
what dough is.
Neither
Oh,
do
no,
I.
it's it must. Sorry, it must be the musical note. Dough.
Oh, do you think?
I don't know that.
No,
I've
you're
just
so right.
literally guessed
Because
that.
someone
That
actually
could be
asked me
right.
before, what is the dough? And in my head, I thought of actually like dough as in like
Dough.
dough
Aye,
for
it
bread.
might
That
be
makes
dough,
no
really.
No,
sense.
because
Up to
that's
high
not the
dough.
highest one, no. What's the highest?
No, do's
Be
low.
mainly validity. Oh,
Well-
no, it is. It goes to dough
yeah,
again.
I think that's right. I
Well
think that's
done.
correct.
You learn something new
Yeah, I
every
feel
day.
like you
Up
use
there, thinking, doing this for
very-
dancing.
Oh, that's see,
That's
you've
a
got even more in the
Sadieism.
bag than me.
I think we need to have a wee book of Sadieisms.
Yeah, because I think you use a lot of kind of similar types of phrases like that I do, but you are even more advanced and further down the road. I've got a lot to learn
I'm
from
older
you.
than you.
I can get there. I'll
But
be
you know,
going there.
I like as well because when I first started watching it was cooking, I was just like, first of all, I'm so bad for cooking that I
What's
just
a
can't
dod?
be fucked. But then it was. Do you know what? Me and my boyfriend just always laugh at because people just couldn't accept that you call a spring onion a saibe. A saibe.
I've heard this before, but I wouldn't use it
apparently-
myself.
I don't know where it's. I don't.
South
It's just
Lanarkshire
what I've
thing?
been. I don't know. Like I just know I've called it that Yeah, if I knew what a Sadie was.
For the first
since
time,
I knew
I
it,
saw
a Sadie.
A flyby. But it's spelled, somebody actually said it's spelled like SYBOE, so it's like Saibo. I'm like, no. And then I called it a scallion once.
I've heard
like,
that,
oh my
yeah.
God, that's Irish,
Aye.
I think.
A Saibe.
A Saibe.
I do like it.
Stick it in your mashed
Yeah,
and then
a
you'll know.
Saibe.
Listen, I'm a fan of them. I've just never heard them be
A
called that
Saibe,
before.
I like it. I can get it rolls off the
Sadie,
tongue
my
quite
dreams for you
nicely.
to make me a dinner. Because see, when every dinner you've ever made, I'm like, that is just, you just want a good home cooked
What
party.
would
But I was talking
be-
about the other day.
What would be your like go-to? Like, you know, if you
My
were
death
like,
row meal.
yeah,
No, right,
what
right,
would be
right.
Sadie Queen's
Death
death
row
row meal?
meal.
We need to know.
This is pure 60s. A nice fancy prawn cocktail.
Lovely.
Nice.
Really like divined. The black bits not allowed to be in it. And then it would either be steak, like with chips,
Medium rare.
like medium rare.
Yeah, same.
Medium, like
Yeah.
nose too pinky.
Mhm.
Peppercorn sauce
Nice.
or spaghetti bolognese. I know that's just for me
Classic.
when I
Is
was
it?
younger. Oh, sticky toffee pudding. That's
Love
so
it.
that's pathetic.
These are- no, that's
I'm
not
not
big.
fancy.
It came from the heart and it was
Chalk ice.
authentic.
Listen,
Viennetta.
I love a chalk
Oh,
ice.
Viennetta, mint
From
or regular.
Iceland.
Man,
Either.
I'd take a man.
No fussy.
Hodgepodge, remix of both.
Aye.
What was
That's
the?
good.
I could never say it. What was the ice cream that was the three colours? Neapolitan.
Neapolitan.
Aye, you
And
say
the
that,
postally I
see.
used to.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's
Oh, that's
Sybie
such
ice
a
cream.
good. Do you know what? And you were so ready with that, and that's how I know that you really
I like,
mean it.
I like my food. I do
Yeah.
like my
But
food.
Uh-huh.
I just don't know how you can be arse cooking all the time. But listen, I
I
just
don't
say
do it
things
all
and
the
some
time.
People go to me all the time. Like my mum always just goes, "See, when you've got no choice. You just get stuff done." And I think that's what I'm missing
With
in my life.
pieces
I'll
and
never have
chips.
wains
Well,
to
with
get
pieces
stuff done.
and chips tonight.
That's
so
what I said. You
nice.
need
It
to
felt a
unlock
hole.
that
Oh, I
feminine
could
part of
go.
yourself.
I could go a piece and chips.
I love a piece and
Oh,
chips.
that's
Oh, it's good.
Loads
It's
of
good.
butter.
Do your kids like getting involved? Like, do they make TikToks themselves, or do they just get
Gracie's
involved?
really, really good. Like she's
Is she?
got her own
And what
account,
age
but
is she?
she's 9, but it's
Uh-huh.
private.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But the TikToks she makes, she's really good at them. Really good.
Really?
Like
She learned from the best.
hers are like
Amazing.
hers are ones that are like funny, like the trending ones. She knows how to
Right.
deal with that. Like I'm
But
so
does it not
clueless.
scare you when you think of the way, like, what were we doing when we were 9? Know that.
I was
Like,
playing
when
like
this-
Chappie
Aye.
around her, so that
Yeah.
like you're eating if like you had to
Aye.
get in for your dinner. Like,
Uh-huh.
I
I
play
know,
I
rolling
know.
about in dirt.
Aye.
Well,
that was just hard. That was just
we used to
kinda-
like fly down the camel humps on our bike. That was like somewhere it would be. Camel humps. It was a big massive thing. Like used to
Oh,
get
aye.
into the water and all that. Change days.
Yeah, so
now.
you were rolling about a bit more.
Aye,
Aye, I
it's
was
a-
like I was
I know,
wild.
but it does amaze me that they can, like, even with like I look at my niece and nephew and the way they know how to like skip an ad on YouTube. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
you need to slow down
It is.
learning
I always
everything.
think, if I have kids, I do wonder what I would do about phones
Social
and
media.
internet and stuff, because I feel like I'm always really interested to know what women or parents that are kind of in the public eye or whatever, to like all different degrees, think about that, because you yourself know about the impacts
Oh,
of
big
it, or
time.
good and bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is so many positives to it, but I just always wonder, like, are you ever like worried about your wains being on their
Aye, like,
phones or things like? Are you strict about it, or how do you
I
manage
think
it?
so as well. I think sometimes when you're like, maybe sitting and you overhear something, you're like, hold on a minute, that's
Yeah,
not right.
see, you get nervous.
And James is like on Roblox, so and I've seen like conversations, and I've pulled it off and things like that. But I'm thinking these maybe could be other kids. You just don't know.
aye.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's no nice, but there is obviously we have boundaries and stuff like that in place in the house. But they're only wains at the end of the day. Like that's what probably everybody else in their class and stuff
Aye.
like that's doing. But
Exactly.
Aye.
Like, what do you
And
do?
we had our own version
like,
of
come on
doing
out, we're
things
doing.
like
They,
this. Aye.
they still want to do skipping ropes and they play with their dollies. And
Aye.
there they had set up a shop the other day and they were playing
Oh,
shops and
I really
McDonald's
wanna
and
see
all.
that.
I want to set
I
up a
think we should
shop.
do that. Like,
Aye,
so
do you
that'd
want,
be a
no,
good-
it was a bar. Do you want something from the bar, Mum? I'm like,
I used to do that all the time. I used to play this game called Teenagers when I was I would
we played
fantasize.
Tussies when we
Oh,
were
so I
younger.
went from
Teenagers is
houses
hilarious, so
as
that's
like younger
unique.
primary, then I got
Right.
like P7 and I was like, no, I'm desperate to be a teenager, and I would be a teenager and I would go to the bar, which would be a fence in the playground, and I would stand and serve imaginary drinks from the bar. So I'm glad to know that kids are still doing that. That
they,
makes me feel
they
safe.
made a lemonade stand and they were making bracelets, and I think
that's
everybody in the
nice.
street felt sorry for them, but they made £15, so they
that's
done all
That's good
that.
enough. That's good enough.
So they do use their imagination as
Yeah.
well.
Aye. So we made an episode before about if we were to get married, or the
Okay.
non-negotiables at our wedding, right?
Right.
They were
Some of
maybe
them are
they
unconventional.
were a bit
Right.
unique, maybe. Some people will say. We put a clip up online, and people seem to like it. There was some people that weren't fans. So we, as you're recently married, we want to ask you what you think about our wedding checklist, right, of things we need to have. Number one we wanted was a bowl of cigarettes on each table.
Definitely.
That's a yes for you.
I am a fag smoker, yes. I appreciate a wee smoky Joe.
Listen,
especially as a form of celebration.
Oh, aye.
Exactly. And I just think, imagine you could put a bowl of cigarettes on every table at your wedding. And
the Olsons done that.
did they?
One of them did at their
so
wedding.
they did. Yeah, we didn't invent it.
Oh, so
They did.
Yeah.
And there was also chat of also a recent newlywed that I feel like you're very much on par of in terms of being part of the zeitgeist. Charlie XAX did speak about having a bowl of cigarettes at her wedding. I don't know if she did.
Yeah.
But she's just off the back of a destination wedding. I don't know if you've seen
I
it.
did see it. And she did. It's to the same person.
So I think they did like their legal, like doing the papers in London, and then they had their like
she was abroad. I've seen
in
her
Italy.
dressed like that.
But the only pictures that folk have seen have been like kind of like must be like paparazzi, like aerial style. Need them for your wedding.
Yeah. Well, we got a drone.
I know.
We got a drone.
You?
Listen, that must be amazing. No, wait, we'll get out.
Right.
Yeah,
we'll
sorry,
do the
I
checklist.
digress.
No, it's me. It's me. Checklist.
Second one, a large sow in a pen.
A sow is a pig. I didn't know
I was
that.
going to guess that when you said pen. So where would your wedding be? In a farm or like a barn?
No, it could be anywhere. It could
What
even
would
be
be
an
the pig's
Ibiza.
name?
The pig probably would be a little bit.
Now you're asking the real question. Betty the sow.
Yeah, Betty the sow.
Would you see if
Sally
someone
the
said
sow?
you could have that at your wedding, and they went, "Look, it's completely free."
Don't
I
get-
imagine you'd ever
Don't get bogged down with context. The sow probably will be somewhere where you wouldn't normally expect
As
it.
long as we weren't eating it on a roast.
No,
then
no,
none of that.
respect
None of
it.
that.
So if
We just slap its hiney.
aye, that's it. 'Cause
Sorry
like
to
in a
any
wee
veggies
pen, and the Waynes would love that,
Aye.
and you could go and get a wee pat, and it's hiney.
Yeah.
as we
What do you
say.
feed a pig?
I don't know, but
Loads of grits.
we'll find out. They'll like
Great.
What do they
What's
eat? They eat.
I don't know.
The
That's
deep
like
south,
prison,
Yeah,
aye.
they eat slop out of a trough.
Aye, they could have
Right,
that wee
okay.
slop. So
But
it'll
we'll-
save
I
money on the
wouldn't say
catering.
no to a
Some
pig.
canapes can be provided.
A petting zoo for the Waynes,
Right.
if you
Petting zoo
reframe
for
it.
Yeah,
We also had an espresso martini tree. That was
Oh,
Kendra's
big time.
idea.
We like
Aye.
that.
So
An
do you
espresso
take an
martini.
espresso martini?
Me, John particularly, but I would like an
Nice.
espresso martini.
But we really did run the risk. We thought it through in our heads of like, if we had an espresso martini tree, is a tree or a table?
Like a porn
tree.
star
Aye,
tree,
like
like a
aye,
cocktail
aye,
tree,
aye.
right?
Yeah.
If we had that, there is risk because that's too many to drink,
Aye, you'd be
And-
fleeing.
and
Yeah.
you'd also be
Shag
running to the
yourself.
Oh, yeah,
toilet.
you'd be fleeing for both
Aye,
ways.
Yeah.
Right.
so you don't. I think we need to.
You
It's
could
a
limit
risk.
guests two per
Aye.
guest.
But then I think we want them for ourselves.
The
personal
visuals, I
ones.
think, would be
It'd
worth
be worth it.
it.
Aye, for the content.
Maximum, to be honest, I think across the day I could probably.
For decor.
I would
Aye.
want to do more than 3, but I think
That's
for
crazy. You'd
for
be
my
off your
mind and my
Then you
body,
need the Imodium. You
Aye.
need to offer
Hell
that
yeah.
as well.
Imodium tree.
I'm
A bowl of Imodium. Next to the
Buscapan.
fags and the
Do you know
bowl
what?
of Buscapan.
I think way more people would appreciate that than the
Aye.
bowl of fire.
Yeah.
And as long as there was portaloos, you could.
But you don't want to lower the tone. Do you know what I,
I
mean? It's a
know.
risk.
But
It's a
some
Like a
people
risk.
would
festival
think-
style wedding.
Yeah.
No, that's
I'm up
probably
for
that sounds
that.
like hell on earth to me.
Yeah.
Like everybody can't shower, everybody's thinking.
Everybody's shouting.
Aye.
There's a pig out there, by the way.
Yeah, fair.
You know what? I think what we want to do is not get married. We want to go to Glastonbury.
Yeah,
I've
sounds
been.
like
Have you been? When did you go?
I was 22 and I worked. I
Ah.
worked there, but
Did you really work? Or did you
well,
just,
a bit of everything. But
Aye.
we got to. I got lunch breaks. Seen Tom Jones.
Oh,
People were
nice.
still flinging bras at him. Seen
I would
Pal
say
on a
that I've had
teeny,
one.
but it's not the same without a Glasgow crowd and Blur.
Wow.
Blur
so
made their
that's-
comeback. It was out of this world.
We
22, I think, would be such a good age
Perfect.
for that because you're full of
15
vim and
years
vigour.
ago.
And do you know what? You wouldn't worry, like, because I think now I would love to go. Neither of us have been,
Yeah.
but we think it's one of our friends said this to us once: is the suffering to enjoyment ratio worth it?
Aye.
Like, I
It's-
think though, if you're 22, I definitely would have been like, I see now. I think I would still love it, but I'd be a bit like, how long were you there last?
I was
time?
there for like a week.
And were you camping?
We were camping behind our stall that we were
But
working
see,
on.
at that age, I think you're much more. I'm saying that as if we're
Also,
all
I
pure
feel
old
like
now,
as well, like if you're going there to work, obviously that is more taxing, but at the same time, like you get a free, you
Everybody
basically
was
get
like
free then,
working
don't
and
you?
partying, and you get
So
into
it
all
seems a
different
bit
areas
more like
and
stakes
stuff.
a bit lower.
Aye.
I think if you paid so much money for a ticket, like, this needs to be the best thing
Aye.
ever.
But I think as well, it's absolutely huge. I mean, you see that yourselves. But like, there's like different areas. There's like family orientated areas that people do take their kids to and stuff like that.
Aye.
And there is, you say, like showers and all that.
Aye.
And obviously, if you've got money, you pay for a yacht and whatever.
Aye.
But no,
Yeah.
we were in a 4-man tent
Aye.
with one sleeping bag,
Oh, wow.
having the time of our
Would you
lives.
go back again with a
Oh, no,
fam?
no, my really. With my pals. Wait,
You were starting to know
well,
that.
fam, like, no the kids, but like my sister-in-law and her
Yeah.
man and that are like very much into the same sort of stuff that me and John are. So we would date with them and our
Do you know what
pals.
always makes me laugh? See anyone that's been to Glastonbury as a child, it's normally the poshest person you've
Oh,
ever
big
met. And you're
time.
like, yeah, mum
Yeah.
used to take us.
Somerset.
I've heard a lot of people being like going. I saw a woman on TikTok being like taking her 6-month-old baby with her,
Aye, that's mad.
or
Oh,
going
for
really
fuck's sake.
heavily pregnant. Like,
That's
honestly,
a pure
some people,
Duncan.
I know.
yeah, some people just make it work, but I just don't know if that
I'd
would
just be
appeal
like
to
taking
me.
them to watch this Wayne for a bit of an
Yeah.
hour.
I think your idea of going to a festival might be different for somebody else's if that's
Yeah.
the way you're planning.
Uh-huh.
And, do you know what I mean? Like everybody's
My
different.
idea of
but-
going to a festival, it does not feel very 6-month-year-old strapped to my body.
No.
friendly.
No.
Me either. Speaking of music, so you can keep it to yourself,
Right.
of course, if you want. But I wondered what your first dance was.
Palanatini singing Caledonia.
Oh, I
that's
thought that was just over your
nice.
video. I didn't know that was,
No,
Oh, that's so
no.
nice.
So it was a version of him singing it in the garage,
Aye.
and he introduces like, "Has everybody been to Tea in the Park?" And that's kind of where I met John. So
Oh, that's my dream.
Oh, that's so nice. Do you know what the
Well,
problem?
I don't know if we first no, we did like we were in a tent because I'm best pals with his cousin, and we knew who each other was and stuff like that, and then everybody was
Oh,
like,
that's so nice.
so-
Do you know that's so funny? Because what we always talk about in this podcast, right, is I'm famously, apparently, the only person in this full fucking country that's not been to Tea in the Park.
How insane is that?
And
Like,
everyone has a million stories for it,
it's
and I'll just
insane.
never be able to recreate
Like that
that.
formed so much of my like formative
time.
years, like being a teen, like going like for the first time, like
And I
just
was-
on day tickets. Then you went camping. It was, I loved it.
I worked it because I'd done all the festivals like for 2 years in a row. We'd worked at it, but I'd been to it for years and years. But
Uh-huh.
oh my, you can't beat the Tea in the
I
Park
know.
campsite.
If someone came
park.
to me in this very moment and was like, "I have a time machine outside. Where do you
Aye.
want to go?" I would genuinely say Tea in the Park, 2015 or 2016.
Aye, like no, but no, the one that it was before it died away. The one before that was a Bellado then.
Yeah,
Aye,
a Bellado.
They might have got that big hill with your
Strathallan-
granny
no, was it-
trolley.
No, Strathallan was the very start, was it not? Then Bellado.
Oh,
then it was-
Strathclyde Park was the very,
Oh,
very,
that
very
was it,
get-go.
Strathallan.
Wait,
was a new one, it was
Lorenzo,
rubbish.
you've not been to Tea in the Park, have you?
Oh,
we
he's
did that
like,
before. I do this every time I go to someone. You've not been. They go, no, no.
It
I
is a-
have."
Did you go to Rock Ness?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I don't know. I was.
He wasn't dabbling, I don't think.
I was there.
Which is weird because you are into music and that. It's
I
not
know,
like
I
that
like my
wouldn't have been.
music.
I like your music.
I'm into music.
But I don't get it because that was what we were all choking on. Like the
I
minute we
know.
could all go at school and stuff, there was
Aye.
buses
I'm
of folk
not-
from Dunfermline. Like
Let's not
everybody
get
was
it
going.
twisted. I wanted to go. I wasn't allowed.
Oh.
My mum was like,
Well,
no,
your
no
mum's a
chance.
good mammy.
She was like, no chance. But I was like, let me go and
Does your big
make
brother
a really
go?
big mistake. Nobody in my
Oh,
I think my
right.
sister went probably.
It is a bit jarring though because I always think about this like being around
It's mental.
like parents and stuff. I'm like, I wonder how at ease I would be with letting my kids. I know I've brought this up with the phone thing and that, but I always think about it from my perspective. I'm like, would I let my kids go do that? You kind of have to. You have to let them
Aye,
live.
you need
But
to-
I would be scared.
We've got like our nieces and nephews that are like 16s like that, just starting to come to gigs and stuff like that. It's
Uh-huh.
like there is parental control, do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
there's still like my wee nephew's right into his music, and
Yeah.
he's been lucky enough to go to different gigs and stuff like that. But you want them to experience it as well for a young age, so
Oh,
that
yeah,
they can
definitely.
appreciate
Don't
it.
wanna
And I
locked
think it's what we
away.
do when
Aye.
we think about opinions of like, oh, I would want to let my kid do this or whatever, is what we were doing as well. Like, it wasn't like our parents were just like, right, off you go.
I know,
Well, they were a
true.
bit. But like,
I also think that the more freedom that I got given, like my parents weren't breathing down my neck, but they had expectations
Aye.
of me. But like the more like I didn't have to hide stuff, the better relationship I had with my parents.
No comment.
Like I honestly, like, I
Yeah.
never like I didn't care about telling. Like when I had a fag and that, I just said to my
Oh no,
mum,
we were
No,
doing it
I
every
couldn't get
Friday
that.
and getting our kid out and getting down the corner and
aye.
thought we
But
were
what
brilliant.
my granny used to do is because she lived like about 50 minutes away from my mum, right? And my sister, when she was younger, if she was out like drinking, she would go and go to my granny's and turn up steaming. Mum would know she's out drinking, and she'd be like, "Granny, have you got a fag?" Because my granny smoked about 1 million fags a day. And
Who's
she'd be
granny,
Like,
didn't he?
I know exactly. And then I was like, no, she said to my sister, "Aye, right here you go." She gave her a fag, and then my sister would be like, don't tell my mum. And she went, right, obviously I will, Nate. My sister would leave. My granny would pick up the phone and go, Alison, I've just given you me a fag. I'm sorry.
The fact she grasped and did it at the same time is so funny.
And it would happen regularly. And again, I never got to do that. See, I think my sister ruined it for me. She got to have all the experience.
Would you go to a
She was a-
festival now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would go to Glastonbury in a heart.
I go to Glastonbury.
Aye, I've
You'll
got.
get it, because I heard you need to. I might be wrong. My sister-in-law's tried for a few years
We've
for her and her
tried,
partner.
and no.
Do you need to register and you?
Yeah, I've not tried.
Thing a picture and all that of
Yeah.
yourself.
Aye.
It's quite
But
from what I
You
hear
don't
from
get
people.
contacts.
No, trust me. I thought people say that to me all the time, and I'm like, no, as many as you think.
Aye.
It's quite a
Certainly
military
not in there.
operation.
I've
I've had with
heard.
spreadsheets
Well,
and
you
everything.
need a group of 6 people to be applying all at once, right? So if you get a group of 6 that all
Right.
want to go, you basically register and use all apply at the same time. And if you get like, it's because there's the best chance to get in is with 6 is the most tickets you can buy at once.
Right.
So if 6s are applying at once to buy 6, I've confused
That's
myself. in that.
that's
But-
unusual. You'd think.
But that's what you do, and the fact it sells out every time,
Yeah.
and then apparently they account for like thousands of people sneaking in every year as well, because they do. Like we've had pals that have done that as well. But I
My
would,
mum
I
and
would
dad
love to
used
go.
to.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, it feels
Did
like
I?
quite an old school vibe.
No Glastonbury,
Aye.
like Hyde Park and things like that.
Aye.
It can be done. I just
No,
don't
I
think
wish.
I'm
wish.
not agile enough
Steve-
for
I
that.
think Steve is
You'll be all right. Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll be fine.
I don't think I'm agile enough for stuff like that.
No, you wouldn't get her offence. Not in the way like you
No.
would. I mean, in the way you'd get up.
I would.
You
Yeah, I
would
don't have
give
it
up.
in me.
Lift it and move it.
I don't
Aye.
have it in me. Yeah, I would roll under,
No,
not go
well.
over,
Aye.
definitely.
Military style.
100%.
But listen, Paolo Nutini live at the garage,
Mm-hmm.
Caledonia. I used to listen to that all the time. Like
Oh.
they used, I think they added it to Spotify recently
Yeah,
because
I do remember
I love
seeing
that
that.
version. That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what you should? I bet you would have done it if you asked him.
That
himself.
Palanatini.
Aye.
I know. Oh my God.
Say,
My
look,
cousin
we'll
lives
fly
near
to well, he lives not too far
Would
from
you have
us.
got
I just hang
shy?
about like
Aye.
outside his
You
most
could have
chippy.
just went, Paolo, right? I'll take you to Ibiza, and you'll
Where
be.
is he hiding?
Listen, I
You
don't
could have
know.
found
You
them.
could have found him. That would have been lovely.
That's my whole pass.
John's turning this off right now.
Sorry, Jack. Come on, it's
Aye.
Palanatini.
No, I
You
think it's
need
a lot of
one.
people's,
To
aye.
keep your relationship alive, you need
Aye.
one.
Because
Oh,
see, if you
God.
didn't have one, it wouldn't be honest.
You need to properly, in order for it, I think, to be an actual effective hall pass, it needs to be discussed, or it's just like your desire, which you're allowed to have. But you know what I mean? If it's a hall pass, it needs
Aye.
to be in place.
Yeah.
You
no.
need to think about one too.
Right, I'll get thinking for next time.
Yeah.
I'll definitely. No,
Have you got a guilty pleasure?
I don't believe in guilty pleasures. Right,
No.
if I like it, I like it. I
Do
don't.
you have
so-
one?
Oh no, I like watching crap. Not necessarily crap telly, but like I have got my things that I like that John's like, oh, but I'm like, that's the thing that I like. That
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I always this, and we all 3 years, right, are examples of this. I can tell. Watch really good stuff, and it's like pure, like critically acclaimed stuff, but also watch all the shite as well, and
Aye.
have a good mix.
Yeah.
Because we watch Housewives, we watch everything, but also like I think it's good because I seen something the other day saying you're actually, if you don't watch things, you're not engaged with culture in that way. If
Yeah,
yeah, you
don't
want to
watch
know what's
everything,
going on.
Aye, and have a
Mhm.
well-rounded. I like to
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah,
I don't
I
even
like-
think they're shit. I
I
wouldn't even call
like-
Housewives amazing.
Yeah.
I think as well, like when I'm having this discussion with like, certain people, it's like maybe moo points, but you know what you're
Aye.
talking about when it comes to like pop culture and all that sort of
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
and
mean?
and I always get it's typically a guy thing in it to be like, oh, you watch that shite, watch your
Aye.
shite programs. I would gladly watch my shite programs.
And so would I.
Yeah.
I watched a belter last night on Disney. It was called Feud, right? So the first
Oh,
ones.
the Ryan Murphy made
Aye.
it.
Oh, what
The
is
first
that? I've
one's
seen
about
people
Betty
talk about that.
Davis and Joan Crawford
And I
having
think
rivalry.
it's is it Susan
Sarandon
Sarandon and Jessica
A
Lange?
classic.
She's
Aye.
amazing.
She's-
And the second one's Truman Capote and the Swans, which is New York High
aye.
Society. I was glued to
Well,
that.
that
that's
sounds
good.
good.
It was amazing. Lee Radziwill, like, so
I-
basically Jackie Kennedy's sister. I was googling and
Oh
everything
my
last
God.
night.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
speaking of Jackie Kennedy, our friend is having a 30th. It's
Oh.
Glam Icons team, but it's also
Wow.
one's about Halloween, and I'm going to go as Jackie Kennedy.
What one? Pillbox
Dead.
hat. All right.
No, eating drywall. What is it? She does?
Sheet metal, everyone says.
Sheet metal.
No, so this is the problem, right? So I was like, right, I'm racking my brains here. What can I go as? I want to go with something good.
That's a
But
belter.
So I know, I think so, right? But so many things that come up when you Google like glam, they're all blonde. Think about it.
Well, you're blonde enough.
I know,
What's the theme? Sorry,
Glam icons.
Glam
So I was
icons.
thinking
That's
like
quite vague. You can do
Cammy,
loads.
like, but think about all the
Pam Anderson,
classics,
aye.
right? And I was like, I can't really be arsed with a wig the whole night. It's a bit much. I thought,
Is there
right,
an
what?
age limit, like to? Wait,
No, we can go
thought you
crazy.
meant-
no,
What can I
like you could.
What?
You meant
I
the
thought you
party.
said, is there an age limit for the party?
I meant the glam icon.
Is there an age limit for
Like,
this
no, because I was
party?
thinking, like, maybe, like, if you're saying Diana Ross or Marilyn
Aye.
Monroe, like,
Yeah.
who's that
you
kind of
could-
thing.
no,
right,
no,
right.
no.
Icons, I think
And
you
also,
can do.
I think we can be, with our friend group, glam icons can be as flexible as we want
Aye,
it to
well,
be.
very-
I was
Gave your
thinking
idea away.
Miss Trunchbull at one
but
point.
that I get.
And our sweats.
Yeah.
And I'm
Tally ho!
Tally-ho!
But I'm not doing that. I'm going to do Jackie Kennedy, but I just need to work out exactly what vibe I'm after. So I'm going to do a bit more research. But I'm thinking I've got a nice little, kind of cute little, you know, the blazer I wore to my
two-piece
30th.
suit.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's like a suit kind of blazer,
Skirt,
cream.
Aye.
We think,
pillbox hat.
yeah, gloves, all that. So you
It's
think
a
that's good?
pillbox hat. What's a pillbox hat?
It's like sort of
Square.
squarish.
Oh,
And then I'll
see,
get my
dad
hair
just
kind of
assumed
blow
she was
dried
probably
out.
taking
Like
loads of pills, and that's
A
why.
wee flick.
Yeah, I need that, but I
Ah.
think that will be good. But I'm just
need a
scared to
hat.
get there and I look like Margaret Thatcher.
The Iron Lady.
That's
She
my
was
own-
not glam.
No, she
not at
was
all.
She was a
not.
bitch.
But
Yeah.
I'm scared in case
To put it
my
lightly.
take on it ends up going more that way, which I
And I'll
don't
tell
fucking
people she
want.
was
You need
going up
to
as
have
Margaret
something
Thatcher.
like Jackie O or something.
I'm
like
going to
that.
have to have something because I don't want anyone
But
getting
I
me
always
confused
think,
for that.
see if the people that get it, and
True.
it's worth it for
Mhm.
that.
True,
See
true.
if you're explaining. I think it's the best
Aye.
things and the funniest things as well. I'm like, see, sometimes I'll say something and I'll be like, I know to my if I put that in my group chat, that would be the funniest thing that happened this week. But if I put it in TikTok, people are like, what? So yeah, it's for the people
Jackie
that get
Kennedy,
it.
people
is
that
a
matter.
thing. Or Miss
Aye.
Trunchbull.
I don't know what to
I
do.
think that's
'cause
been done.
I-
Miss Trunchbull.
Well, I
know.
looked like, speaking of weddings, you know, at my sister's wedding, I was wearing a kilt and I looked like Miss Trunchbull. See with the high socks. It was horrible. But who can I go to this party? I thought Elton John maybe because he's got some fun ones you
Rocket
could
Man.
do.
Yeah.
Like the
Liberace?
big feather one, Liberace.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? How do you feel about seeing me as Liberace?
Nah, I can't think of
I
anything. I need
just
to.
can see a piano.
I need to
Like,
see
I'll bring
more.
that.
I will.
I need to see. Who
Aye.
would you
Glam
go as if you
icon.
were? If there was no age limit at this party.
You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, that's a hard one because you want to really stand out. And you
Well,
don't
you
want
know
to go
what?
the same as somebody else. 'cause
No,
I
but
know.
I've said to people that I'm considering Jackie Kennedy
That's a
strongly
brilliant
so
one.
that they don't jump on that. Do you know
I've
what
just
I mean?
had an idea. Because
you could go somebody for the Real Housewives.
I could go as a glam icon called Sadie Queen.
Oh, there you go.
Imagine.
And I'd go, I'm just
I'm
wearing
not
my
glam.
Catch Me jeans.
A TikTok shop shoes.
I was saying earlier when you were talking
A
about
vintage
Kendra's jacket,
cardigan.
you went, I just get stuff vinted. And I went, I've never heard you call it vinted.
I'm
I'm
in
like, my
south side of
Vinta.
Glasgow. Is this the south side?
Yeah.
I'm in the south side of Glasgow. I work
And you're
here
saying
and I did
vinted now. Vinted.
Vinta.
But that is a big part as well. I think, see, because what you put out is it's lifestyle, I guess, if you had to put in a
yeah,
category
aye.
into it, because you're cooking, you're just vlogging your life, but you also do your fashion. Fashion. Do you know what?
Please.
Do you know what my dream for you is? It's so ridiculous. to say. So
My
Slotting
dream-
this
my
morning.
dream for you.
you.
Aye, but I would no. But then they would slag
Oh,
your
I
accent.
know.
So no,
Oh, aye.
my dream for you, Adidas collab.
Oh.
The Adidas Sadie Queen range. See, at one point
Claimed.
I did think before I seen your
Adidas.
dress, right? I was like,
Imagine
do you
it.
think?
Jeremy Scott and me.
the-
giving
you
it
it could be-
3 stripes
that
in
would
the
be-
dress.
Listen, Sue Sylvester for Glee.
Yes,
you know,
and
she got
also-
back- you could have done that.
Also, I've Adidas trackies now. We're doing personalised ones.
Oh, we
me
need
and
Sadie.
me and Bethany were looking at them
Oh,
last
really?
night. You can literally get your name. It's weird because the font looks a bit off. It doesn't look
I've
in
got
line with the
some
brand.
collection of
It'll look
Adidas
fake.
as well. Oh my
should-
You
days.
need
That's
to
what I'm
get Sadie
saying.
Queen branded
I need to
trackies
start
now.
tagging them.
Anyone
Yeah.
who's doing any partnerships at Adidas who's listening
Add
to this,
Adidas or how
Yes.
do they say it? Done wherever.
Adidas.
We say Adidas.
I'm
don't we?
Adidas.
I'm
I always
Adidas.
say
but
that. Yeah.
I could see it. I'm like, we need the Sadie's limited
Oh,
edition
I would love
tracksuit.
that.
Aye, now that you are so established and people know who you are and they kind of know what to expect from you, is there anything that like you are like like this is my new aspiration or these are my new goals?
Because I suggested to you when I met you last, I went, I think we need a Sadie range at B&M. You said, "Fuck
No,
it." I
Mrs.
think that's
Hinchjo.
amazing. No.
Mrs. Hinchjo.
Aye, but that
you
no.
know that I
I'm
think
just
it
take
would
it as
sell
it
out?
comes and like.
Yeah.
Like like people are like, oh, merch, and I'm like, no, like I'm too fiat. Like I'd be too fiat. Plus, I'm just no. I
But
just
also,
wouldn't
see
do that.
if it
Like I'm
doesn't
some doing
align with
TikTok.
you though. You don't want to just chuck yourself at anything for the sake of doing it. Like it
No,
needs
like
to
I'm-
actually make
It's 'cause
sense.
people say like, oh, you've got this, you could be doing this, and
Aye.
you go, but what do I want to do?
No, like I mean, Adidas things that.
Aye.
That's
you
never
like that's
happening.
now on my list.
Aye, like I No, like I'm happy to go with the flow, and
Yeah.
opportunities that I'm getting have been amazing. This is amazing. Like, do you know what I mean? I never thought I'd be able to do something like this, and I never thought I was gonna, because I was too feared to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm just grateful for everything that has come
But
along.
do you not think
but-
though maybe that's the key? Because sometimes I think like when people say that, they either really mean it, like they're like, I am truly very grateful, or they practice it as
No,
well.
like, 'cause
Do
I
you
d-
feel like every day you're like, do you ever practice gratitude like formula, or do you just feel it?
No, I feel dead. Like I'm like, and
Uh-huh.
I think I sometimes like don't like appreciate like how well I have done. Like, because I do doubt myself daily. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing this anymore, or X, Y, and Z.
How
but
do you
You
get
can
yourself
never
out
know
of
do
that?
this anyway.
I think I would like. I was going to go out in a high and just no post ever again after
Aye.
my wedding.
Oh,
and
really?
Can you imagine the
I
new
just
people
think
inside your
sometimes,
house?
Really?
like, it's too long in the tooth, and
Aye.
you're
Right,
like that.
yeah.
There's people coming in and doing it, and they're brilliant, and they've done amazing followings, and then it's like I just don't like to be there
Are you?
hanging
Aye,
on.
is that
Aye.
that part? But that's a limit in belief, though. But is there that part of your brain that's a bit like, how long can this go on for? I
Aye,
should just
a
kind
wee
of
bit.
curb it while it's good. But then also, you shouldn't limit yourself because there's no reason to
No,
think that it can't keep going.
Within my personal life, I'm trying to do things, obviously, like through my nursing and things like that. I've
Aye.
went on and done courses and
Yeah.
trying to better myself that way, because TikTok's not going to last forever, and I'm taking it while it comes.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
But
do you know
also,
what I mean?
like you said, like you've got so much other stuff going on, and that's also it's so interesting because that feeds into why people like you so much and want to engage with your stuff, is because you're doing this, you're doing that. Like it's not just all funneled towards that
Aye.
one platform. But you're right, like there's longevity in what you're doing. Like you're following your passions like across the board, which is
Yeah.
dead
And I've got my
admirable.
job, so I've
Aye.
always got like I'm not
Uh-huh.
like everybody's like give up. I'm sorry, but I went to uni for that, and
Aye.
I've been doing
Uh-huh.
it for 11 years. Like that is my bread and butter at the end of the
Yeah.
day, and I do love it.
Yeah, this is like an
But this is
amazing
fun, do you
addition.
know
what I mean?
Aye, and you need
That's
that
good.
as
You
well.
can do both,
uh-huh.
and if you find a way where you can strike that balance and can do it, and like obviously if like things happen that are like lead you in a different way, you can just take it as you come and as
That's
it
it.
comes, and I think that's like the best way to look at it. And maybe arranging B&M, I don't know. I would say, like, can you imagine if you didn't post after your wedding?
I know,
I'm telling you, people would knock your door down. Show us the dress. Show us the
That would
just
have been
think
a
forward-
really
I know, I just think-
fascinating social experiment, though,
Yeah.
to see what happened online if you just didn't do it.
It
'cause
was a pressure, and it was a pressure, and I was like, and everybody was like, Sarah, they're all choking for you to post. They're all, I'm like, fucking
I
hell.
was
It's the
howling.
day after my wedding.
I know,
like,
and
I'm
you
like,
went
where's
into
the
it.
bar?
And see, to be honest, you're not that I was, refreshing
not
your
that you
page
were
or
one of
anything,
them.
but you didn't post on your day. You
No,
did.
I've
You
totally enjoyed
posted
that.
the thing, and then you were like, I'm just going to live in this moment, which is so good because so few people. There's honestly, like, I don't want to be cynical, right, and negative, but there is people where you look and you go, you got married for a content
Yeah,
day.
because how
Like,
could you
it's
be never
like-
away for your
It's
phone?
that, like, I'm like, are you thinking
my pal,
about?
like my pal's like my cousin, sorry, my pal, like, who my bridesmaids were like, just don't have it. I didn't
Aye.
want to have it.
Aye.
Like, I didn't want
Yeah.
to bother about
Distracted
it. As long as
by
the events
it,
were all
uh-huh.
right,
Aye.
and the drink was flowing, and everybody was dancing, we were happy.
Yeah.
And it was good because as well, see when you get someone to take care of all that side of things, you can go, right, they'll capture it. I can get the
Aye.
memories. I
Yeah,
can get
that's
this.
why you
and
have
it
a
was beautiful.
videographer and a
Aye.
photographer, because they're all going to have it look absolutely beautiful and you can just enjoy.
We did. It was amazing, and everybody like said the next day, like, what a day, and then we all just carried on the celebrations, and that's what it should be. It was just amazing.
I
Yeah.
was howling though, right? Because obviously we were all waiting with bated breath. Going, we want to see the dress, we want to see our makeup, we want to see everything, we want to see every detail of this wedding. And like people were literally posting
I
videos
know.
going, "Come on, Sadie, head." Well, so I did. You know what? I felt bad because I post. I'm not saying I
stressful.
started that, but I did post one saying, "I'm not going to this anymore. I'm just waiting until
I
Sadie
know.
gets married." And then a
I
few
was
came,
saying
and I
that.
was like, right, people are waiting. And the first thing, obviously, you had this beautiful video made. The first thing you posted was like, you obviously had all people making this beautiful content, like pure, like almost low quality photo of your wedding, and you were just like, right, get out
I
there.
know.
go on, get
There you
out."
go. Sun was new out. There was no flash. Shite.
The one that made me laugh was you also then people are going, right, that's good enough. That'll do us the now. We're still waiting for the
Folk zooming in.
and then we all were. Then you posted like, was it like a recording of somebody else's
I know.
phone? I was like,
Do you know what? That's actually iconic.
that is iconic. That was my exact thought. I thought they'll have sent her a link and she'll be like, what is this that I'm using to find this?
The lassie that done the content recorded it the same. I thought just the very thing.
She
Well,
must be like, right, I've
I'm
just made
sorry,
this full
you're literally
content.
the bride,
Sorry,
not the
Shelby.
IT technician. You don't need to be on Dropbox on your wedding day.
Aye, exactly.
I was there.
Even the next day, I was like, I download it. I'm not technical that way.
But that's what I was also going to ask you. I'm like, because even here you were recording a wee vlog for the day, right? And I always wondered, because you do post every day. Do you post every day? Or would you
Some
say you
day
try
when I've
to?
got a hangover, I don't.
Fair.
Fair. That's a moment to be with your own body and
Yeah.
mind.
That's a sacred
Aye.
time as a woman.
But because you do, I was wondering, like, do you just record constantly, then you sit down and edit? Because editing is time consuming, right? And that, like, even when I edit clips for this podcast, or Lorenzo edits them and then I trim them and add captions, right? That is time consuming, especially with captions, because like it doesn't understand their accent. Another anti-Scottish agenda going on there with CapCut, not understanding our accents. But like it takes so much time. I'm like, how do you fit that in? But you just shoot it on TikTok.
Just record, stop, and then maybe put a wee song in it.
And then you
Turn
save it
down.
to drafts, or do you
No, I just post for my thingy. But then obviously there's been that's like Sarah, your bank here details in that.
Aye.
Your 20 snouts slagging that or shite. Your bank details. I know. Well, fun
And
about it.
people will find,
Oh,
people
big
notice
time.
everything.
People like, you can zoom in, you can see your address. I'm like,
Oh, that's too tiring.
do you know what I mean? I'm like,
like,
so I need to go in, delete,
Aye.
and then like, what do I do? I stick a sticker in or something. I don't know how to do it.
So, but
I like
do-
this approach.
But you know what the next approach is? You said Gracie's good with
Oh, she is
editing.
very good.
Right,
Oh,
get her a show.
yeah.
I know.
Pocket money.
I know. She gets plenty of that, but no, she does. She's like, she knows how. Like we were trying to do the Avengers video on holiday where they jump at the
Oh,
pool.
aye.
Still don't know how to put it in reverse. And she worked it out one day. I was like, Gracie, we're 3 weeks home, hen. We're too late for that. I go down the local bath to record.
And so do you just like, that's it? You don't like go over it and go, is that good? Or does
I'll
that
look back in some things,
Aye.
right? Because some things like, I'll say and I'm like, I was going to get took the wrong way. And
Aye.
it sometimes does. And you're like, well, I can't please everybody all the time. Like, I'm going to have an opinion.
Aye.
Like,
And
So
you're
do you
not reading off a script. Do
Aye.
you know what I mean? It is.
That's-
It's obviously
aye.
just coming off the cuff at the
Aye.
time.
like
Well, that actually leads me on to something quite nicely, I will say, because I'm such a big fan, Sadie.
oh, snap.
I really feel like I was just the other day, I was taken aback, right? You said something on TikTok that
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't. I said, I'm just going to have to pretend I didn't see that.
And I seen it.
Oh,
And you're
no.
scared,
I
right?
know,
Yeah.
don't.
No.
And you said, unpopular opinion.
Oh, I don't like Lady
I
Gaga.
don't like Lady Gaga.
And I thought,
I
my
went-
ears are open, my eyes are open, Paul's going to be turning
That
and
was
it's
her
not gonna be
reaction.
great.
She was on the radio. I just can't go, oh, the monster.
This is the problem. I'm like, Lady Gaga's my number
I
one.
like it. I like her in American Horror Story.
Right.
She's good in Wednesday.
I thought A Star Is Born would have been up your
Oh,
alley.
I did like
Yeah,
that. I did
yeah.
like
But
that.
music-
I did like
Look, I can
We
straddle
have this
the I
debate.
can straddle the barrier here, right? Because I do not have a vested interest in Lady Gaga, but I passively do enjoy her. And I can see that she's incredibly talented. I get people's obsession.
I knew
with
that was
But
it.
when you
Yeah.
posted that TikTok, right? One of my pals sent me it, and he didn't even know you were coming on. And he sent me it, and he went, "This first line is literally you," and then it was you saying that, and then I just replied, being like, "She's coming on the pod." So there was some sort of universal alignment
was
that
tough for
happened
me to
there.
hear. It's like
Sorry.
now at the point in everybody's life where you realise your dad's a wank. That I went, my hero's fallen.
it's very all
Good nod.
performance arts now, and she's very talented. It's just no my thing.
Listen, you don't need to justify
I'm
yourself,
not
but
gonna.
I will say. And do you know what? Listen, it'll only just take you a wee.
Take you down a notch.
It'll take you a wee bit longer
I
to get.
think it makes you more
Is that-
well-rounded.
I've got to tell you, I love.
You're gonna have to change it. Bad romance. I'm thinking you. Bad romance.
You could say Pedro Who?
The Lady Gaga song. Bad
Oh, the-
romance. I was
Oh, is that
feeding
the
you a
one that's
line.
out
No,
No, but even
don't
better.
say no more.
Sorry.
Mama.
It's very. Listen, I won't sit here. Do you know what?
You're fucked right
you're
now
not ready.
because you would argue
Black
so
and
much
white.
with someone
You're
saying
so
this.
lucky that
Right.
you're who you are.
Okay.
I'm kidding. On. No, but listen, you're at gay icon status, so just keep it that way. And
Oh, I've
but
reached
don't-
a goal.
but don't.
That's
well,
an aspiration.
keep it that way.
Right, sure.
That's my warning.
No more
No, I'm
opinions.
joking. I'm joking.
That's all right.
So, as you know, Sadie, by now, this podcast is called Who Agrees?
Yes.
And obviously, it's incredibly loose, as you also probably know. We just talk shit non-stop and there's no framework. But there kind of is at the same time.
Right.
We will sometimes say a statement and then follow up with, who agrees. Sometimes me and Paul both agree in the statement. Sometimes we disagree, right? So I'm going to hit you with a who agrees, and you can tell me whether you agree or not and what you think, right?
Right.
So
Just
Sadie
a simple,
Queen.
I agree.
Or I don't.
I
Right.
don't. That's all we need for you.
Yeah. Sadie Queen. Nisa is better than Liddle. Who agrees?
Depends on what you're after. All right, okay.
No, no, give us it, because I agree with you on that.
No, you can elaborate.
Right, so. Well, if you're wanting a carry out, Nisa's probably better, but if you're
Yes.
wanting fresh produce, you go to
Yes,
Liddle.
but having said that,
Or the bakery.
Some Nisas now carry food from the co-op, and there is some fresh
Nisas have
produce
stepped
there.
it up.
So if you want some soup ingredients
we
and
have
a carry out,
premiers.
if you want
Premiers.
soup ingredients and a carry out, a Nisa can provide that, and an ice blast.
That they did. See for a
Slushy
hangover.
machine in our day-to-day has been on the blink for months.
Oh really?
That's like exposed.
No, I don't, Nisa are little, but they're not in the same ballpark.
They're not, are
See,
they?
that's the problem with our dilemmas. That often
Right,
people
okay.
going, why is that even a question?
Yeah.
My
Lidl.
next one maybe slightly. You're going for Lidl.
I would go for Lid as well, but Nisa has a special place in my heart.
See if you were forced to drink, you could do a weekly shopping in Nisa.
No.
Day to
Cost
day.
a fortune.
That's-
Would all be frozen meal?
Aye.
Is it?
See, because you're a chef. That's the problem. You're a chef.
Freezing chips.
Eh,
There's something really comforting about a day to day in a Nisa, though.
I
do
know
you
I
not
like
think?
knowing it's there
Crisp
because
selection.
I'm like
Aye.
I know I'm in a scheme.
And you know their name.
Aye.
Mine every time you can. They don't know yours, but you know
Aye.
theirs.
Very true.
So, next question
Right.
or next who agrees dilemma. Every dog should have at least one outfit of their own. Who agrees?
Oh, I do agree with that.
Peggy got any clothes?
Yep. She's got a pink raincoat.
Nice.
She's got a gold one that turns into a pink one.
Oh, reversible. We had Dorinda had that. She had
She's-
silver
And
and
it had a wee fur
A
collar.
Chucky costume with the same knife.
That's so good.
I've got a picture on my phone.
Oh.
And she's got a Jack Skellington costume.
Because I was just about
Nice.
to ask you, we are coming into that time of the year, does she have a Halloween costume? Because Dorinda used to have a pumpkin.
Aye.
Oh.
I like
Yeah.
this. I wish we could have got her a Chucky.
And she had some wings
When
as
she
well.
ran?
But, aye,
so
and
she
She
was
had
dead.
bat
Oh,
wings.
no.
She had bat wings. They're nice
Drag her
simple
arse.
ones.
She could drag her arse across the floor, dressed like Chucky. She could definitely do that.
No, a dog needs an outfit.
I
does,
agree
absolutely.
massively, and I don't think it's cruelty. I think
No,
it's kindness.
it's cute.
That's the one you can tell.
Aye. And the claw and scratch and do all that.
Obviously, we've been through our soup differences that we've had.
Yes.
It is officially soup seasoning.
Mhm.
Seasoning? It's
Soup
soup
season.
season.
They need seasoning too.
Ah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. See, you're a chef. Are you making that? Have you made your first pot of soup of the season yet?
No yet. I was saving it for my mum coming down, so
Oh.
Nice. And what is the go-to soup? The number one.
it needs to be lento.
What do you say to a pea and ham?
I love pea and ham. That sounds like you're setting up a knock-knock joke there.
Waiting in the punchline.
Do you like
Pea
it?
and ham. I'm not.
We're-
I wouldn't partake in a pea and
Oh,
ham.
love
Well,
a
we're
pea and
big pea and ham heads over
That's
here.
not one my mum used to make.
So you're more about. I would say pea and ham is quite a classic,
It's
but I do get
nice.
what you mean. You're more staples.
Like-
Is it like mint? Is it like minted pea?
You can
puree?
do- you can
get
Or is it a
creative.
marifat?
You can do.
Matter of fact, don't turn your nose
I'm
up
not.
at
I don't need the mint, but I do. A pea and mint's nice, but it's the pea and ham that I love the most.
No,
I
I
think that's
think-
probably my number one, or a classic lentil.
I know. I think I would have that. It's just no one I make.
In a vegetable soup, blend it
Blend it.
or chunky.
I was asking myself that the night actually.
Blend it or chunky.
Because I'm thinking I'm going to the caravan next month. I'll make a big boat of soup. Well, I make
Yeah.
it blended or chunky for the family.
Chunky for the family.
My mum likes it blended. I like it. with a bit of
Mulligatawny.
toddy.
What's that?
Oh, that's the beef ox.
I've never had that before.
No, it's beefy soup.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've never
beef
had
and
it.
oxtail.
Yes.
No?
Well,
No,
oxtail's
it's not the
the
same.
same.
It's different.
Oh.
Oxtails are different.
Mulligatawny.
I don't understand. I don't understand
It's a beefy
mulligatawny.
soup.
I wanted you to give me
I
some.
think it's like a minestrone, but less tomato and more beefy.
Right, got
Well,
ya.
we can definitely say the queen is the queen of soup.
Yes. This has been the perfect time for you to come on at the turn of the season.
I know that, honestly.
Soup's about to be very much back in the
Get
public.
bringing out the blender.
Yeah, on the platform.
Well, Sadie, thank you so much for being our very
Thank
first
you.
in studio
Thank you.
guest. It's been a blast,
It has
and we're
been.
honoured.
I'm
And
very honoured as well.
we need a name for Sadie's fans. Lady Gaga, for example, her fans are called Little Monsters,
We could.
Little Jukesies.
Oh, that's so cute.
I'm a little Jukesy.
Oh, my my juxies? Where's all my juxies? That's a good one.
That is good, actually, very
You'll be
good.
hitting it. I'm secretly loving it, honestly.
James, the same on the hoops.
Wanna hit it? Did I say that?
You've been listening to Who Agrees with me, Kendra McPherson.
And me, Paul Black.
And we just want to say a massive thank you to Sadie for being our first and most amazeballs guest.
Yes, we had a great time. We had a lot of laughs. We love
Lot
you,
of
Sadie.
laughs.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone that's tuned in for this episode. Just so you know, you can find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where you get your podcast. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok. Please give us a follow. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, please leave us a little review. We read them and we love them. And leave us a comment, turn on notifications for the YouTube video. Do it all. Thank you so much.
And thanks, Iola, for keeping us looking sharp.
Yes, thank you very much. Life's too short to have ugly specs. Go get them sorted. I've always said that.
Yep, you have. You've always said that.
Bye.
Bye.